Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I think I'm gonna tell the story today of how I got testicular torsion. If anyone doesn't know what that is where you pretty much your nuts flip on themselves and cuts out the blood flow. It's extremely fucking painful. Like, it's the worst pain I've ever had in my life, and I've been blown up 12 times and shot. And it's the worst pain of my life. So, I remember waking up in the morning. I was headed to the company. I was in the military at this time. I was headed to the company, and about 2 o'clock in the morning, because we were going to the field. So I go down, I get up, and I just feel like maybe I rolled over and squished it, pinched it or something. Got all ready to go, got in the car, backed out, drove I think it was about a mile, maybe, if that, down the road. I went to adjust myself because I was, uncomfortable. So I adjusted myself, and next thing I know is I wake up, driving in the ditch. And I come to, and I'm kind of freaking out because I don't know what just happened. So I called my wife, and I said, hey, I need you to come get me. I don't know where the fuck I am. And she's like, well, where are you? I was like, I don't know where I am. She's like, well, how can I come get you if you don't know where you're at? I said, I don't know, but I need to find you, or you need to find me. So eventually I come together, collect myself, go back to the house. She grabs me, we go down to the emergency room at Madigan Health Center in Fort Lewis, Washington. Grabs me, goes down there, I walk in there. The people behind the counter go, how may I help you? And I said, I feel like I got kicked in the nuts. And they look at me like, okay. They're like, okay, that's super weird. So, they had me sit down for a second. Next thing you know, they take me back to the back. I'm standing there, and the lady's like, you're going to pass out, aren't you? I'm like, no. She's like, okay. And all of a sudden, I get all dizzy, and then she, catches me and sits me down this weird wheelchair thingy. So, after that, they rush me back. They rush me back into the room, throw me on this table, and they're all looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So they're filling my nuts, and all of a sudden I pass out, and I puke all over everything, shit, pass out all over everything, just out. Come to, I don't know what's going on right now. But there's the weirdest thing, because I've passed out a few times and I've been knocked out and all that stuff, but this is the weirdest feeling ever, because when I woke up, I didn't know where I was. It was completely beside me. I had no idea where I was at. So back to the story. They take me up to the ultrasound room, and the guy has me lay there, and he's like, okay, what we're gonna do is you need to grab your testicles, lift them up, and I'll put this towel underneath. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't care what you do, dude. I'm over it. I'm over it right now. I don't even care right now. So he does that, and I feel him putting that gooey shit, I call it the lube, I guess, I don't really know what it's called, on my nuts. And I go, hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you touch that button, I'm passing out, for sure. And he's like, oh, ha ha ha. I'm like, I'm dead serious. And he's like, he kind of laughs it off. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, whatever, dude. So he touches it. So immediately as he touches it, I immediately get that feeling again, just boom. I puke all over the ultrasound machine and pass out again. So I guess during that pass out stage, he does the whole exam, and then finds out, okay, so then I get down and put down into a room. I come to, now I'm laying on this table, and I have my legs wide open, my arms spread out. I'm crucified on this table pretty much, and I have a guy on my arm, my right arm, a guy on my left arm, a guy on my left leg, a guy on my right leg, and a guy laying across the middle. And a couple were in scrubs, and a couple of them were in military uniforms, so they must have been security guards or something there for the hospital. So I'm like, what is going on right now? Oh no. So the doctor leans over the shoulder of the gentleman that's in the middle and goes, hey, this is gonna suck. So bam, right there I realized that when a doctor says this is gonna suck, that's the worst thing in the world is going to happen to you. You are going to possibly to the closest thing you're ever going to get to dying. So what he does is he grabs my nuts, twists and turns, and does whatever he does, and I'm passing out, puking, and I come to, and I'm tucked into a bed with the lights halfway like dimmed, with it's just like soft, like water playing, like it was music. And so I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So I go, nurse. And so she comes in there, she's like, yes, what can I do? She's like, what can I do for you? And I'm like, what happened? She's like, well, you have testicular torsion and blah, blah, blah. What we're going to do is we're going to let you sleep a little bit. And then we're going to send you up to the clinic, and you can they're going to give you the rundown of what testicular torsion is and all this stuff. There's a specialist. So they pretty much have a nut specialist. I forgot what they're called. They send me to work with your buttholes. Well, it's a urinary tract guy. That's what they do. I don't urinalysis or some shit. I don't know what it's called. I'll have to look it up. But so I'm like, okay, not a big deal, whatever. And so I go up to the clinic. I wake up finally, go up to the clinic, and I'm like sitting there in this room, and there's a bunch of people around. I'm like, this is awkward. Like, I'm awkward right now. Like, my nuts feel like they're fucking swollen up like grapefruits. But they weren't though. I just felt like they were. So I go into the clinic there. The doctor pulls me back, and he's talking to me about what it is. So I had testicular torsion where my testicles pretty much flipped on my themselves and cuts the blood flow off. And I had an infection from something. So I don't know what that was from, but whatever. So after that gets done, he explains me how to do it, and gives me medication, gives me pain pills, and gives me antibiotics for the stuff. So I go to the company to kind of explain what the fuck just happened. So I go there, and I had to go talk to our doctor who's in charge of the company, and I go, hey doc, I need to get a profile. Which profile is something that keeps you out of doing PT, like you're injured or you're sick or whatever. So the doctor's like, what do you need it for? And I was like, I had testicular torsion. He's like, oh fuck. So he immediately writes and gives it to me. So the next day I go into company and do PT. And I'm in profile, so our sergeant major comes like a fucking badass, just boom, boom, boom. Why the fuck are you guys doing PT? This is the profile one, sergeant major, you know. Well, what's your fucking profile? And tells the guy, I got an alley on my elbow. My foot hurts. I have asthma. And he comes to me, and I'm like, he's like, Mallerstrom. But they called me Molly. Molly, what the fuck are you doing over here? I'm like, Sergeant Major, sorry, but I had testicular torsion yesterday, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I explained to him, he's like, fuck you, go home. Go the fuck home right now. So I'm laughing, I'm like, okay. So I go home, sit down. The doctor, so back to the doctor thing again. He told me I cannot ejaculate for 3 days. He highly recommends I don't. So when a doctor recommends something, I found out you probably should fucking listen to that. Just like I said, when they say it's gonna suck, it's gonna fucking suck. So, like, I'm a type of guy that has to come once a day, or at least once every other day. Like, that's just how I am. Or I get edgy. So I go in the bathroom. I was like, well, I won't have sex. I'll just jerk off. So I go into the bathroom. You know, so I'm laying upstairs in my room, go to the bathroom, and I'm like, yeah, getting after it, yeah, this is good, oh yeah. And all of a sudden, I go to ejaculate. Boom, wake up between the toilet and the wall. I don't know what happened, but it made me pass out again. So, yeah, that's super fun. But that's just what I learned that. And then, so now I wear Under Armour underwear. So the doctor told me that you need to wear something that's supportive, because your nuts will hang and they'll flip and you jump and all this stuff. You need to wear something that's supportive. That's why you see a lot of athletes that wear a lot of support down there, because your nuts, your nuts can flip. It's super easy. And everyone that I've talked to laughs and kind of chuckles about it. It's really not a laughing matter, because if it dies, like you wait too long, your nuts will die. You'll have no nut. You'll die. They'll die. And it's the most painful feeling. Like I said, I've been blown up 12 times. I've been shot once. I've had multiple broke. I pretty much broke everything from my rib cage down. My explosion. And that is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Like, it was so bad that it shuts your body down. So as you touch it, it passed out because your body would be overloaded with pain. So guys, just take care of your nuts. You know, that's the good thing about it. Just take care of your nuts. Alrighty. Well, later.